Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decade Andy, and I'm joined by the little muffin of goodness. It's Mikey G. Wolfie 3. Hello, Mikey.
My artistic skills are overwrought by an elephant.
Yes, we have both been embarrassed by the quality of a surprisingly good elephant that can paint.
We can't even say his name, let alone draw at the same level.
A pelephant, Mikey, for those of you unaware, is an elephant that can paint. So I didn't make a mistake. I just made a new word.
I thought you were going to say it's a pelican who's trying to be an elephant.
Now, there's a story. Pixar, get on it.
Pelicans
we need ideas at the moment.
Are absolute assholes. I can tell you from a professional experience.
Oh, I saw a video. I can't remember when it was, but I do remember seeing a video of. I think it was a pelican, and I think it ate a seagull or it ate a pigeon.
Yeah, they eat a lot of stuff.
It was fucking nightmarish to see.
Because the pigeon's usually just sitting in there trying to get out for a while.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, it was. I guess it's the bird equivalent of like a snake, isn't it? When it unhinges its jaw. In a weird way. What did they evolve from, dinosaur-wise, give or take?
Pelicans?
Yeah. It's clearly not a T-Rex.
Going back, once you're at that stage, like basically they all kind of come from the same cloth. Although I think pelicans and ducks and stuff were split off before the Cretaceous?
I'm still going to say that...
Or before the end of the Cretaceous, rather.
Evolution made a mistake with the genitalia of ducks. It just did.
Well, that's relevant to a conversation for later, actually, about genitalia.
Oh my god. I can't even think of what it is.
You will.
Oh, Primal?
There we go.
Okay. I was like...
I enjoyed the conversation this week on Primal in the social medias immensely.
Oh, you're gonna have to inform me, because, yes, I think I know what could aggravate people. Anyway, Transformers, they happened this week. They tend to, usually. With the end of TF Nation for another year and a lot of happy and melancholy people, melancholical, that word, of people coming off the high of TF Nation. We also have a little bit of news. We're going to start off with the DNA Designs DK-35P, which is the Premier Finish SS03 Voyager Megatron upgrade kit. So it's a upgrade kit for the Voyager Megatron. It seems like a very long name for what it is.
Yeah.
So what does this have? It basically only includes a new chest piece and a new extendable arm cannon. Let's have a look at the differences.
For a scene that I'll always remember because it's so obvious that they're not talking to each other and the dialogue they're saying was not written at the same time.
What do you mean, Mikey? What are you inferring?
That the movie is badly made.
I mean the specific part that you're talking about.
So, I love that scene. It's basically the only Optimus Megatron really uptight action in that whole movie. It's where they're after crashing on the thing and Megatron goes, "Humans don't deserve to live," and Optimus's response is, "They deserve the right to choose for themselves." Now think about that for a second. Does that dialogue make sense?
Yes, they were talking about ham sandwiches.
And then Megatron throws Optimus and says, "Then you will die with them."
Are you sure he means the humans, or is he talking about
So the dialogue is
elephants?
Humans. Listen, if he goes after the elephant, Soundwave will have him. IDW Soundwave will show up.
Well, remember the third movie? That's what he was doing. He was going after the painting elephants.
Man, that would have been amazing if halfway through that movie he shot an elephant and IDW Soundwave just came up and punched him in the face.
Well, here's the question, Mikey. Why did Megatron shoot that elephant?
He didn't, Andy. He didn't. It got cut from the film.
Clearly, he shot that elephant because he couldn't paint his portrait correctly.
What we didn't see was a shot of an elephant, really badly drawing, and then it just cutting to Megatron. No!
And then coming up to the dead elephant, the baby elephant says, "Father, I will surpass you as the greatest elephant painter the world has ever seen and take revenge on this Megatron."
The last thing you see is a baby elephant picking up a paintbrush.
And squeezing the paintbrush with its trunk and it breaks the paintbrush. Whoa, there's a movie.
But man, I just love that scene in the first movie. Just like to me, it sums up the approach to at least the Transformers dialogue so well. Of just like,
oh yeah,
you have 3 sentences, none of which have anything to do with what anyone's saying.
Yeah, they almost feel like they've been ADR'd for like adverts, TV spots or something, and then just gone, yeah, throw them in.
It always felt to me like it was different versions of the same script.
That could be, yeah, maybe. Different takes at the very least, like, ad-lib something being heroic. I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, this is a boob and a gun.
Yeah, is this the boob where he has the cube shoved in him, or is this a different
it is the part? I think this is a movie accurate boob.
Oh, is the boob currently not accurate? I guess it mustn't be.
I mean, it's pretty extensive, so it looks like... Yeah, there's quite a lot of differences.
You know what they should...
And it bulks him out as well. It bulks him out as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. You know what they should have done for this upgrade kit? As a weird, like, no one would want this, but we're DNA designed, so he's a random thing that you might not enjoy. They should have given him the concept, the first version of the Megatron head, you know, with the little cheap head mouth. Yeah. Because there'll be someone out there who's like, oh, that's really cool.
My Twitter has had a lot of people. I hit my mic. A lot of people this week talking about how much they love the movies, and I'm wondering what triggered that, because that's usually in response to something.
Yeah, usually someone like important says they hate the movies, and then you have a load of people coming out saying that they like them, which is fine. I like Independence Day. It's a bad movie, so the Transformers ones.
Finally, he says it.
No, I've always said Independence Day is bad.
Oh, it's a really fun movie. It's a really good fun movie. But you always include the word good.
I don't think... Is that true?
You do. And then you give out to me for saying, but it's a bad movie. But no, it's a fun movie. It's just like, but it's a bad movie. And it's a good movie. It's a fun movie.
I'm pretty sure I've always conceded it was bad, but I have fun with it. I think
Someone's
you're trying
to go back and check this now.
I could have done it once, but I'm pretty sure the recent stuff. Yeah, someone go back and check. Side with me.
Prove me right.
Prove Mikey wrong, as God does.
As God intended.
But yeah, he also has his goon arm. He has an unfolded out version of his gun, which I guess is meant to be like it in a pistol kind of idea. Either way, it can unfold into its weird stick gun form.
His fusion cannon, because it was made of 2 arms. It was a fusion cannon.
Because it fuses... Oh. I don't like that.
I don't like that movie, but...
Okay.
I only like Age of Extinction. I'm sorry, it is the only one I like.
You like Bumblebee.
Bumblebee doesn't count. Bumblebee's not in this continuity. Fuck off, de Bonaventura, you Lorenzo bitch. and
Nailed it.
If the next one sucks, doesn't count either. Bumblebee is just this nice standalone movie, and now there's just a series of bad standalone sequels.
Yeah, those movies. Yeah,
it'll be like Terminator. Every movie's a different sequel to the first one.
Oh God, yeah. Oof. Boy. What do you think of this upgrade kit? Because it seems like giving him his arm gun cannon fusion thingamabob. That's not a bad call.
No.
New chest.
I
guess it's better.
I like they give some integration for the fusion cannon for like just like a thing, like almost like a pistol.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. Gives him an extra weapon to wield, I guess.
Yeah, and I do think he looks better with the new chest.
I wouldn't say he looks worse without it, though. It feels like a horizontal move, just because it's just grey metal plates on top of each other. It
covers up the gaps and stuff like that and fills out his chest. For me, it definitely is an improvement.
It just looks like metal mush to me still, but
I
don't mind this kind of like discrepancy. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely mush, but I think this is better mush.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. So if you want your Megatron from the first movie to be nicer, cleaner, bigger chested, get his boobage on, then this is the way forward, I guess. But DNA didn't just do that this week. They also showed off the DNA Designs DK37B, which is same as the original DK37. The B version is for Black Convoy, the Black Legacy Convoy, Scourge. That's the one. It's as far as I can tell, it's the exact same kit previously for Laser Optimus Prime. It's just being recolored for Scourgian colors. So if you want to turn his oil tanker into giant missile pods for his arms and stick bits on his back as well, just to give a bit more playability for Turret. What's that?
For me, it's like everything that's threatening you is just teal.
Oh, teal bombs. I can see that. Yeah. This is the kit for you. Oh, he also comes with a holder for his sword, so you can plop it on his back. Again, very similar to the other version of the kit. So it's not really a new thing. It's just, hey, do you want this similar upgrade kit to make the tanker cooler? Mikey, any thoughts on this?
Not really. It's just a repaint.
Yeah. It literally is. Mikey, unless you've got anything else there, what about, I was going to say DK7 Toys, but that's not who these are. It's MDXL LX.
MDLX.
I'm saying words and I don't even know. It's ThreeZero Toys.
Not words. Not words.
Words.
So ThreeZero, this is their like deluxe line, their smaller deluxe line, and they've done an original take on Megatron. So they've previously done Bumblebee and a gold Bumblebee, not Goldbug, a gold Bumblebee, and an Optimus.
Received, weren't they?
Yes, very well received. Yeah. And yeah, this is an original design of Megatron. It's got kind of I don't want to say like a sort of exaggerated Cyberverse vibe to it.
Oh yeah, I think I see where you're coming from. Just because of the big kind of squared off shoulders kind of deal.
Yeah. Paint job gives it rust, a lot of like really good paint job with a rust effect, really solid rust effect. Battle damage kind of look, because ThreeZero, my god, what they do with paint looks very posable. Has different hands, and you can alter the fusion cannon a little bit by taking the stock off his back and putting it on the fusion cannon. You can now give him like a fusion sniper rifle thing.
Looks a bit awkward.
It does, but you can also change out the front of the fusion cannon to change the profile of the gun to be less awkward.
Oh yeah, you can get rid of the front barrel part, whatever that's called.
Yeah, he's going to be about 18 centimeters tall. Priced in between $60 and $80, depending on which retailer you're buying him from. So
that seems reasonable for what it is.
So yeah, and he'll have 4 sets of hands: open hand, closed hands, pointing finger, and left open hand. So the left open hand is more like a grabby hand. So I think this guy looks really good myself. ThreeZero do really good work. Like I said, the Bumblebee and the Optimus are really well received, and I think it's really nice to see them doing stuff in this price range, because previously anything they've done has been 100, 200, 300 kind of range, whether it's Transformers or not. So it's nice to see them moving into this more affordable action figure, like the high-end action figure lines. What's your thoughts?
Generally, I think it's pretty good. I'm not too fond of the head sculpt. I think it's a bit too smoothed out. I'd like it a bit more angular, especially on the front. It looks very rounded on the front of it, and he's got a very kind of youthful face. Like if you repainted his head so it looked like... Do you remember the really, really super original Megatron that they showed years ago, where it was the black-headed Megatron, where they hadn't finalized the designs and stuff? I think it was like for the Marvel comic advert. It looks like it's got more that head design to it, but obviously normal Megatron colors. So it's really the only thing that I'm not too fussed on. That head design just looks a bit too young and not Megatron-y for me. Yeah. But overall, as a Megatron package action figure, he looks good. I like the body's proportions, its shapes, bits that they've got. I like the fact that the fusion cannon on the barrel part has bits of grey on it as well to make it not just a solid black piece. It's really good for the color breakup and just surface detail in general. It looks solid. It'll be good quality as well, because ThreeZero do good work. So yeah, good stuff, but not quite hitting me on the head at least. Yeah.
But Andy, do you want to take us on to what might be the most important bit of news this year, possibly this lifetime?
That's true. We have Slender Man Primal. That's right. Transformers Authentics, Titan Changer. It's not a Titan scale figure, by the by. Optimus Primal. So this is a 9-step transforming 11 inches. That's 27.94 centimeter robot. And it's, more importantly, I suppose, it's our first look at the Beast Wars character of Optimus Primal, seemingly, in this toy line. On this line, but we only have images of the robot mode. I thought there was going to be implications that this is what the movie is going to be, but it's not. He's just a very, very long-limbed monkey.
Yeah.
very, very long-limbed monkey. I do not know exactly what this line is meant to be, apart from very... I guess it's meant to be just big.
Authentics is like... Authentics is like...
Is it the evergreen
it's
stuff?
evergreen. It's evergreen stuff, but like really simplified. I've gotten the Authentics Grimlock, and I've seen like their Megatron and their stuff, but they never get advertised. They never ever get advertised.
Ah, okay. Would you say they're as weird, like proportion wise, as this Primal is?
Yeah, proportion is definitely an issue.
Okay, so he's going to fit in with the weird proportion kind of gangly things, because he really does have super long arms and very long legs. Oddly enough, it looks like his legs are almost bent backwards, kind of like Mr. Tumnus's goat legs. Looks a little bit like that to me. I'm sure it's not. It's probably just the angle of the photo, but if you're between the ages of 6 and 10, you are legally allowed to buy this. If you're either over or under the age, I'm sorry, you're not allowed this figure.
You fools.
It's just
Please stop listening to our show if you're under 36 months.
Oh my god. No, become indoctrinated into Transformers. Subscribe to the Patreon. You can do it. Mikey, what do you think of this weird Primal? Granted, we do not see him transform into a monkey.
True. I do live in fear that it will come into my house and rearrange things when I'm not paying attention.
With his long, slender fingers, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Yes, yeah, I would agree. Like, I'm not joking when I kind of equate it a little bit to Slender Man. It gives me those vibes. Like, Primal's meant to surely be, like, short and stocky. He's a monkey. Not meant to be long and gangly. It sure is a thing.
It is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Is it a moral thing? No.
No. Immoral? Perhaps.
Mayhaps.
I'll also take this next one because it's quite small.
Yeah, this is weird. These have been haunting my Twitter as well because people keep like posing them with other figures.
Really? Okay, so these are the Super Impulse World's Smallest G1 Figurines Series 2. I don't know if we covered Series 1. Maybe we did.
Maybe don't remember these at all.
I don't either. So these, if you don't know, are 1.25 inches non-transforming. What? They don't transform? Garbage. Even if they're 1 inch tall, they should transform. That's why it doesn't actually say that on the story, but you know. Haha. So Series 2 consists of a Megatron, a Soundwave, and an RC, who come with an extra backpack base similar to the Earthrise mold. Oh, okay. It's talking about the RC figure. She has a big fat backpack for some reason. I don't know why. Why would you include that? Yeah.
Oh
if you
my
look
god!
At the
did they like
image,
scale down the CAD model? Is that what they did?
I don't think so. It's
it's
like
a stand. Is it a stand? Because it's got pegs for it to stand on.
It can be a stand, like the original thing. The original backpack could be a stand, but
yeah,
she already has a stand. She comes with one, so I don't quite know. Is this just to make it look like she's surfing on a back kibble? Is this going to be a thing that Hasbro try and push with RCs? Like she always comes with back kibble that can turn into like a flying skateboard? That a thing?
It's very weird.
It is weird. These sculpts are obviously, when you look at them very close up, they lose something, but that's because they're very, very small. Soundwave obviously comes off the best since he has a faceplate. He has he has black painted eyes for some reason. Both him and Megatron have the bitch slapping hands, as we'll call them, as they open. Forgot a little slap. RC actually comes with a gun, though.
Yeah.
I bet that's a square peg, oddly enough.
Megatron's face is a nightmare.
What? Yeah, it feels like Megatron has like the Wheeljack mouth. To me, that's what it looks like. I don't think it is, but across in this image, it kind of looks like that to me.
It looks like someone smooshed it.
Yeah, just a bit. Again, this is 1 inch tall, so you can only do so much, I suppose. Are these two? These are too big to go in the Ark, right?
I don't know. I think so, yeah. Because the ones for the Ark are really fucking small.
That's what I was wondering, because I remember like Jobby talking about maybe they'll do more so you can put them inside the Ark, and I was wondering, like, is this the way that you get more Transformers in there? Because I don't think they've done any more, apart from like the Galvatron, right? And the Dinobots for the Unicron figure. So like
yeah. There's nothing else been like there's been nothing else like that as far as I know.
Weird. I wonder who these are for. Because they're not for kids. because kids will eat
Looks
these.
like there's a collective, like, going through it. It looks like they do them for a lot of different franchises and properties and stuff like that.
I know what these are for, right? Because they come in a packaging, and then they come in a packaging within the packaging. So maybe they're meant to be used as, like, an accessory display. So you have your big, like, 6-inch action figure, and they can be, like, holding themselves. Because I think I've seen a Sergeant Slaughter that's coming with a smaller Sergeant Slaughter for the G.I. Joe Declassified line. So maybe that's what the idea is. It's something similar, like, I have a small version of myself that I can hold in package. Maybe that's the idea behind these. Because otherwise,
just
I
shoves it in people's face.
Yeah, like, if you don't want a full-scale collection, maybe you can have, like, a micro collection of figures. And hang them on your wall. I don't know. I'll take the second last story here, and then I'll leave the legacy kind of roundup stuff to Mikey. So, TF listings have been discovered for Bumblebee Gen SS LDR. I don't know what any of that was I said. Reissued, and the DLX Nest 1. So, these are effectively random words gubbins together from an internet site. So, there's the SS LDR reissue and the SS DLX Nest 1. Mikey, you have a big brain. It is crinkly and not smooth. What do these mean?
I don't know.
Neither do I. Nest. SSDLX, I guess that would be like is it a reissue of the Nest Bumblebee?
Studio Series, like, previous releases PR.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can assume if it says PR, it is to do with a previous release.
That's why I'm assuming it's like the Nest Bumblebee from whatever year that came out.
Yeah. What's the other one again?
The LDR reissue. LDR. Yeah, I have no idea.
Legacy, Legends, LDR.
LDR.
Theodore Roosevelt?
That's him. You got it. It's the Bumblebee Theodore Roosevelt. He transforms to a
LDR.
wheelchair.
I can't think of an LDR.
No, me neither.
Hmm.
But I did more Bumblebees coming for Studio Series, not for the Buzzworthy line.
No Buzzworthy. We'd never be patting Buzzworthy. That's lunacy.
No. We still. What is going to be the next thing released for the Buzzworthy line?
Who literally can say?
Because the last thing we got was that big insect pack. It was like the Goldberg, the Venom, or whatever it was. The Ransack.
Scorponok.
Yeah, Scorponok, yeah. So what's the next thing? Because I have no idea. No idea. Maybe they will get the G2 Stunticons. Maybe they'll get them. Yeah?
Stranger Things?
Maybe. Mikey, there was a reveal panel-y thingamabob Hasbro Roundup thing. Well,
half a reveal. This is half a reveal because essentially there was a lot of toys in here they'd already half revealed one mode of.
Yeah.
So this is weird. But yeah, so basically all the things we had at SDCC, where they only had one mode, we now have all the modes, and we have a few extra figures in here as well. So, let's go through. First up is Skullgrin. Robot mode is still there. It is still very much, I think, a Marmite. I think you either really don't connect with this or love this to death.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the accessories.
The big swords, you mean? And the
big
guns.
swords and the guns. I think they're a nice combination.
Apparently people were surprised that you didn't have to remove the head for the transformation.
Yeah, no,
I'm not sure why people were surprised by that.
It looks like the horns curl in, so...
Yeah.
The robot mode is like half of something I like. I keep saying this. Like, I like the sculpt on the skull head, and I like the sculpt on the skull pants and everything else. It's just like, when you put it against the Pretender robot, it just is just not graphically working for me. I wish this guy was more like Iguanus and Bomburst.
Oh, okay.
Because they are like, basically, let's get it as monstrous, a proper little monster hybrid, but we lean towards the monster. Whereas this guy's very much leaning towards the robot.
Yeah, I could see that. Or is it leaning towards the vehicle too much? Which is sad if that's the case.
Yeah, we then see the vehicle, which is
still bad. We said it was bad last time we saw it.
Yeah, it is. We now see it is a slightly chunkier version of the original. Basically, before people correct me, I'm going to say basically, except it's really messy in places.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ugly, and before someone says, like, well, it's like, it's a G1 Pretender robot, and just, like, my response to that, if I wanted the alt mode for the G1 Pretender robot, I'd buy the G1 Pretender robot.
Iguanus is ugly. Iguanus is also a core class figure.
Yeah, exactly, and I think Iguanus looks better than this. I think Iguanus and Bomburst both look better than this.
Yeah, we'll get to Bomburst.
Yeah. Or Blood. I'll be calling him Blood.
Not Blood.
Blood, which is also like, I want to call this something else, but I can't because it's not him.
Darus.
Yeah,
right?
It's not really Darus.
No.
I half like it. Like I said, my opinion is just like, it's very much cemented on like, I want to like this.
Yeah. I like the robot mode. I don't mind the robot mode.
I'm also slightly worried because like some of the promo pictures, he's got a different colored chest.
What do you mean?
What looks like... Well, like, the standard promo ones, like the Hasbro Taken ones?
Mm-hmm.
He's got the, like, standard sort of pinky red chest.
Yeah.
In the ones that look like they're from, like, hey, go to Amazon, find these pictures, he's got a purple chest.
Oh, I tell you what that is, right? I think that is them color correcting, because if you look at his feet, that's the color that they've got in the box, right? For most of the coloring over him.
Yeah.
And I think the pink is probably more of the molded plastic, like the back guns are going to be. So I think these are more correct. And the painted feet are what they would like him to be fully colored as. That's what I'm assuming, right? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. But yeah, he's a bit weird. I don't know how I feel. Next up is Point Blank, or Blank. And yeah, we see his car. Like, his robot isn't really any better. It still has the same problems, I think. We get to see like some poses where it looks like it gets obscured though. His car mode, I think, is really nice, to be honest.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What do you
car
think?
mode. Yeah, it's a neat car mode. Did you have a look at any of the behind the scenes designer thingamabobs that they released this week as well for like Point Blank?
No, I didn't.
A lot of the restrictions kind of came down to, we wanted him to come with a Target Master, so we had to pull out pieces and obviously cut down on things, as is the way of things. It's as usual. It's always interesting for you to go and look at those behind the scenes if you're interested in that kind of stuff, and you wonder, why is this toy doing this? It's like, well, usually, unfortunately, it just comes down to money for the most part. I do like the look of him. I think he's turned out quite well, even though the hips are still wonky. Like you say, they've deliberately taken images that kind of obscure those, which is the smart thing to do when you're trying to sell a toy.
Yeah. Who's next? Crankcase, who we got a lot of pictures of this week, because he got his promo stuff. We got to see his design sheets and stuff like that. He does have really unimpressive shoulder guns.
Yeah, they're just like little nipples coming out of his back for some reason. Which is,
the current model mistakenly has an effect part post attached to the shoulder, blah blah. But yeah, he's a retool of skids, I believe.
Pretty heavy retool, right?
Pretty heavy retool of skids.
Yeah,
because the feet are he's kind of, the upper body's changed, the lower body is a lot more similar. I think he looks decent. I like his alt mode better than skids.
Oh yeah, a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot more interesting. I'm not sure. How do you feel about his grill gun? His front bumper gun.
I like. I want to bring up a picture of it. I wasn't liking it but I think I do now. I think I think the gun comes together quite nicely, and it's a way of bit of I see it as weapon storage. Like, sure. Obviously, we don't see what the vehicle looks like without it, which I think could be a big thing. But yeah,
did you like the fact that in some of the promo images, someone put it on upside down and took the photo?
Yeah,
it's like, oh, Hasbro, bless you, Hasbro.
I'm assuming the face, which looks like it has seen all the horrors, is somewhat inspired by IDW.
More than likely, yeah.
Because he has a really wide mouth. Like an EJ Sue mouth. EJ Sue does wide mouth.
It gives him a bit more character, though, at least.
Oh, so yeah, no. Honestly, I think he might be my favorite one.
Yeah, he's a lot better, I think, than when we originally saw him. I still note that they have not shown a lot of side shots of him, so I think that's to show or to hide a little bit of how far the chest protrudes. But I'm hoping it doesn't go out too far. You know, maybe just a little bit, but not massively, because that was always my concern. How far out does that chest piece go in robot mode?
Yeah, there's definitely that going on. But no, I think he's come together quite well overall.
Yeah, I don't hate him.
No.
I hate the fact that there is translucent windows where there needs not be.
And a translucent gun.
Yes, because it was on the same runner, clearly.
Yeah.
But I think generally across the board, Transformers, at least in my eyes, have a problem with let's make the thing translucent when you probably didn't need to. Especially when you can see inside of the car and it's just robot gub.
These days I can see that as being a cost-cutting measure.
Well, using actual translucent plastic.
Yeah.
I wonder if it is cheap to use translucent plastic. I wonder.
I think it is.
I would have thought so as well, but I'm not sure.
It would explain why you use it on joints sometimes. Because, there just is less plastic there. Next up is Dead End, the one who everyone hated.
Because of his poor feet.
Yes, I think he looks fine. I'm not excited for him. I mean, I've never really been super into base Dead End design, but I think he looks fine. I think his weapons look fun. I think his car mode looks as
Do you not
expect.
think he is the weakest and worst of the Stunticons so far? As people are saying. People are saying there's always a combiner limb who's bad, and this is that one. I don't know.
I mean, one of them is going to be weaker by default because there's 5 of them. And one of them is basically a combiner in and of himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's fine.
Yeah.
He's not exciting me. He's not shocking me either.
I think we can agree it would have been better if they did something different with the legs, but I don't find it as a massive turn off myself.
Yeah. Then there's Armada Starscream, who we've seen most everything of already. They did say that the wing sword, the fake wing sword, is going to be colored gray in the final product, not red.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But I think the Star Saber might be colored white, not blue.
Why wouldn't they color it like? Oh no, it was blue in the show, wasn't it? It gave off blue energy.
Yeah, but what they've done here is go with the Energon approach of it looks like a bunch of planes instead of the Armada approach, which was just have a blade. It's like energy sword. Still using the
smarter. What would you prefer? Would you prefer it as a sword? I think I might have.
Yeah, I think it would look a lot better because it would look like something, and it could be bigger as well.
Yeah, I get why they chose to do it as the mini cons, though. You know,
I still wish the wing sword was a transforming piece, though.
That would have been nice. I don't mind too much because obviously it then keeps the wings nice and clean. Yeah, you don't need to be too big at that, but
The thing I don't like most is the color scheme. To be honest, it's too much based on the Thrilling 30. I wish they'd gone with the more white. Especially since I think that'll be a re-release with more with the greater percentage of white, the more show accurate look.
The buzzworthy version.
yeah.
I'm not joking.
I know.
Remember the Scorponok?
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing really new about him. Inferno, nothing new. He still looks good.
Yep.
He's a great looking figure. I'm not including him with Crankcase because we've seen him plenty of times. Megatron, Wars Megatron. We get a good clear look at all his modes now and his accessories. He comes with a flame piece that functions as a club, which for some reason they pose, making him look like he's vomiting in dragon mode. I like certain things.
What things do you like?
I like the integration of the dragon claws into the chest. I think
that's very cool.
Really neat transformation element.
Yes.
I think the basic proportions of the robot mode are good.
I think I would agree in certain angles. In other angles, they can look pretty all over the place.
Yeah. I don't like the tiny arm. I think his one arm is too small. Yeah.
Do you mean in terms of length, or do you mean in terms of width and girth, muscle
it looks a bit weedy.
Yeah, he could be a bit more buff. I agree.
I don't like the robot mode head.
No. I think we mentioned how it was weirdly designed before, and I stick with that.
Have they gotten rid of the ponytail?
I think it's there. I just think it's hidden.
It's just there's a shot, and he turns his head, and I can't see anything.
No, me neither.
the ponytail like should be a pretty big ass thing.
If you look at the dragon mode, it looks like his tail is on a lot of ball joints, so maybe for these images they popped it off the back of his head, assuming that's where it goes for this transformation.
Who can say? The dragon mode is almost good.
That's the really annoying thing. I 100% agree. It's the neck, right?
Yeah, like the body, I think looks cool. It's got the digitigrade legs, which I wasn't expecting, which is a nice touch. The tail looks posable. The proportions are all good, and then you hit the neck, and it's just like it's bad. It's so skinny.
Yeah,
and
I think it's more so that it goes from skinny to the big red part, which is really thick, to like the thin part again.
Yeah, and there's a notable like color disconnect as well there, and you know, if you look at the old design, it had a much thicker base to the neck. Now there were problems with that as well, but it don't look good. And for me, dragon is more important than robot for this, because he spent quite a lot of time in his dragon mode.
That's true. Yeah.
Also, I think they redesigned the horns to look more like Serpentera, but don't quote me on that.
But the real reason you don't like this, Mikey, is because it's not got the chrome on it, right? The vacuum chrome.
Yeah, no, obviously all toys need that.
I mean, it is pretty fucking cool. Vacuum chrome is really neat. I say it jokingly because, like, vacuum chrome
I prefer
does
metallic
look great.
paint. I prefer metallic paint.
I mean, I'm not against metallic paint, but I think, like I'm going to talk about a toy in the future on this show. And I really like the vacuum chrome on it. It does make it a very distinct and poppy toy that has a nice glisten to it. But you know,
it's okay. You can be wrong.
I can. I love him. I'd vacuum chrome my own child if I had one.
Daddy, why? You will glisten, son.
Daddy, why? You will be the most beautiful child ever. Lower him in, feed him to the Shockticons.
He must be kept pristine, though, or else he'll flake.
That's true.
So that is the end of Legacy. And then we had a bunch of Studio Series stuff, which is mostly new stuff. One thing left out of this, which was revealed, which was Core Class Evil Pink Bumblebee, which I'm way more interested in than any of these, I'll be honest.
That's Core Class as well, isn't it? So is it a new mold?
There's a Bumblebee mold in Core Class, I believe.
Oh, okay. I assumed it was a new one because I hadn't seen a Core Class Bumblebee before.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, for anyone who doesn't know, Dark and Moon Laserbeak turns into a small pink bumblebee and murders a child and her family.
So this will be the second time that that version's been done, because Japan did that, didn't they? But that was it. No one else has had a release of it.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's neat. But of the ones they did reveal, we have Core Class Studio Series Wheelie.
Is this a new release? Because I'm sure we were talking about this Wheelie not too long ago.
I think we've heard of it. I don't remember ever doing anything of note with it.
I thought we complained about how you can see the fist at the back of the car.
You did. Oh, you're right. Yeah. We did.
Which they're trying to hide in these images
badly. They can't do it. He looks fine. Ratchet's just a retool of Ironhide with a very copyright intended to avoid faction symbol thing going on.
Yes, I'm not actually a medical hospital vehicle. Please don't sue me.
New one here though is Studio Series Crosshairs, beloved character Crosshairs.
Is he?
With one of the hardest to execute design features of any Transformer, which is a soft goods cloak.
Yeah.
Have they done it this time after, I believe, the 5th time trying?
I mean, they did a good compromise where you can take like a good chunk of the back kibble off, and it makes them a lot smoother. So, have they replicated it completely? No. Have they made it as best as a Hasbro product could be? I guess. I think they did an okay job. I mean, I don't know how you try and incorporate that cape. I have no idea.
Not a clue.
It's so like whoever did that, Hasbro should have stepped in and gone, "Fuck off! We can't do that as a toy. Don't."
We get it's a cool image, but don't do that.
It looked great. It looked great. But I think the only person that could do a good Crosshairs with that movable cape, maybe like ThreeZero or another. Like, I'm not going to make it a Transformer. I'm just going to make it a robot that has a posable material cape. That's the only way.
Absolutely. I think he looks fine. Oddly enough, I think it's the rest of his robot mode I don't like. It's got this weird maybe because they're trying to do the cape. It's got this weird cylindrical looking upper torso, and just not much going on for a movie figure.
In terms of what do you mean not much
detail
going on
up top?
Oh, okay.
After him we have Autobot.
Oh my god. Oh god, the French. That's right.
Played by actual Frenchman and probably dying inside. In a weird, maybe something's wrong with this figured pose, where he's very pointedly leaning forward so you can't see what's going on with his middle.
Yeah.
Which I'm very suspicious about. He has very scrawny legs.
Yeah.
I'm going to reserve judgment until I see a bit more.
I mean, not everybody gets to go to the gym, Mikey, and do leg day. I don't think it's too bad, but it might be just the photos, right?
Yeah. He also comes with his time gun. That stupid the time.
That was such a broken thing, which they
I
barely
stupid the
used.
time. He just shoots little time bottles. So I'm not
weapon.
I mean, I didn't like at all, but
I thought didn't you say earlier in the show that Age of Extinction was your favorite movie as well?
He's not in it.
Is he not? Which one was he in?
Last Night.
Oh God, you're right. Yeah,
Crosshairs is in it.
Yeah, it's got Cockmaster in Cog.
The important thing about Age of Extinction with Crosshairs is that he hates everyone and everything, like everyone else in that movie does.
Well, true, he's Bender, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Voyager. You can't see what I'm doing with my fingers, but Voyager, Ironhide. Nothing really new here. It's just some official shots.
I guess it's a confirmation that he won't come with the yellow stripe, which is
also,
a shame. It's a shame.
Something I actually don't like, and I don't like that he's got that horrible single-piece skirt. Oh,
originally, when we saw this originally, I assumed it was going to do a Gundam thing of those were 3 pieces, not be one piece.
No, I don't like it. And again, considering how much I'd have to pay for this fucker, which even with what I'm about to talk about in a minute is still about €40. Mm-hmm. I do not like that approach to the execution there, sir.
No, that seems like a misstep. Because I've never liked that. Didn't they have that? What did they have that on? Was that like Masterpiece 1, Optimus Prime, that had a one-piece skirt? Or was that 2 pieces? I can't remember.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
I'm sure we've had a few one-piece skirt Transformers, and it's always been annoying. At least for me in the past, when you've got to move the entire block forward.
Yeah. But yeah, there's nothing new from him apart from that. Last of the new ones in this one, there's another couple we're going to touch on in a second, because for some reason they don't have pictures of one of these figures here. Is La Fallen. You have to say it like that. Studio Series 91 La Fallen.
Not the Fowlin. Because he looks like a chicken.
So he goes from... So the robot mode, I will say, very accurate.
Yes.
Very accurate. Some color mistakes, but very, very accurate. And he does come with a rip his face off. So with a movable mouth, so you can have him screaming into the void as he's murdered.
I think a lot of people are going to have fun with photoing the screaming chicken face.
We also have a new alt mode.
Is it new? Didn't he transform into something like that in the middle? I can't remember what he turned into.
No, I don't think he transformed into anything.
No, he transformed into a jet, or something, because I'm sure he
could fly in his own.
I thought he flew up to the top of the pyramid and transformed to talk to Megatron, didn't he?
Megatron did. I remember Megatron transforming. Oh. I think he was already there.
Was he already there?
Hang on.
It's been thankfully it's been a while since I watched Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah, I hope you all appreciate what I'm googling right now.
Oddly enough, in some of these other images that someone took, they've transformed him into a different mode, which is weird.
Of course, he's What is it, Andy?
What do you mean?
What is this mode?
Oh, it's just another kind of weird jet thing, but it doesn't look like what it does on the package.
I look at this and it looks like a weird scorpion thing.
I mean, what is a jet, Mikey?
Well, he's got legs sticking. Are those his legs that are forming that weird bridge?
Oh, you mean the official version? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
What's wrong with him?
It reminds me a little bit of some of the GoBot designs, like Pincher, who transformed into a quote-unquote jet or something. I don't know what Pincher turned into, but it's kind of a vague, like, plane shape. Like, as a kid, that's fine as a jet. You know, if I was a kid still and I saw that, I'd be like, yeah, that can fly. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the movie, I don't think, looking like that. Like that, at least.
God, can I just say I'm scrolling through bloody Revenge of the Fallen clips right now looking for shit, and wow, the CG is so shit in some scenes. They were so done on a bloody budget because of a strike. There's some really bad CG in this movie.
Well, there's a lot of bad things in that movie.
Yeah, the forest fight scene is shit. You all need to accept it's shit. It is one of the worst choreographed fight scenes I've seen in years.
Do you remember when people held that up as, like, amazing?
They still do. They still do.
Oh, yeah. No. Bless them. Well, you know. If someone says that they think Revenge of the Fallen's like a legitimately good film, I do get mildly concerned. I'm like, really? You'd put it like...
I was heard a podcast this week where someone said it's their favorite movie.
Whatever?
Yeah.
Well, like Lord of the Rings, Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, Godfather. Well, not for me, Godfather, but for many people, Godfather. Indiana Jones, the first one.
There's many movies. There's many, like, if you want to stick with, like, sci-fi or B movies or anything like that, like, there's plenty of them. It's just like, of all the movies you could pick.
Yeah, it's like, even out of the Transformer movies, which we all agree are not good, Revenge of the Fallen?
It's a wonderful case study of what happens when production is completely fucked.
Sure,
when a director... Yes. When suddenly, like, a director who should not have that kind of power is given that kind of power. And then it shows, like, what happens when it makes stupid amount of money.
The testicle scene. The testicle scene.
He said it, and, like, he said it in a meeting, and people in the meeting didn't laugh, but he still put it in.
Oh, I can think of a positive for you and probably Chris Vangelis specifically. I think it was the beginning of Murder Prime.
That is true. That is where we got Murder Prime from. I don't have a figure of Murder Prime. I realized that during the week.
Really? Wow.
I don't have because, like, there's none of his, like, transforming toys I'd want, and there's none of his non-transforming toys that look any good.
Well, that look any good that aren't, like, what, £300 or more, right?
Yeah. So, like, I just, like, a little cheap version of him that I could, like, paint a little blood on.
I was going to say the YOLO Park model kit, but that's not that. It's not Murder Prime. That is the Bumblebee movie Prime. Maybe not a psychopath.
Yeah, he was just kind of a dude.
Yeah, maybe he was barely in the film. Damn.
Yeah. Anyway. We also got images via Instagram of the Bomburst, who is a core class figure merger, like Skullgrin. He's a bit of a merger of the Pretender and the Beast Mode. Like Iguanus, I think his robot mode looks a lot better than Skullgrin's because I think the merger is much more coherent.
But why is he core class?
Because him small, Andy.
I get Iguanus being a core class figure because who the fuck is Iguanus?
Who the fuck is, like, to most people, who the fuck is Bomburst?
True, but I think if you're going to say Pretenders, if people even know what Pretenders are, you're going to know, like, the main three Decepticon Pretenders.
Well, you'll know what they look like, I would say. You know there's a bat one, you know there's a skull one, and you might know there's another one. So there's a weird fish one.
My foolish assumption would be that the three main ones are the three ones that people might recognize would all be deluxe ones, and if they did any other ones, they do them in core class. The question is then, why is Skullgrin the one that's a deluxe figure?
That is,
and the other two are not.
I would say Skullgrin's most recognizable.
I mean,
not to me, because I watch Master Force and
maybe you have to be right purely on the basis that they've already done a Skullgrin figure out of Straxus thousands of years ago, and I don't think they did Gilmer. And I don't think they did Blood back then either. So yeah, you're probably right that he is the most recognizable one. So you think that's probably the reason why, because he's recognizable, they can make him a deluxe figure. But then the question is, why make him because he's a pretender, and not many people are pretenders because they're bad people. We accept this. Why make him seemingly a completely new mold? Or is he... like heavily retooled from something else?
Maybe he might be. I have a bigger question.
Okay.
Where's Stranglehold?
Oh, Bondage Tom Selleck. Yeah, I've always
Where
wondered
is my
that.
Bondage Tom Selleck?
I don't think they'll ever do Bondage Tom Selleck.
I
don't
want
think
Bondage Tom Selleck.
They don't have the balls to do Bondage Tom Selleck.
I want to see how Legacy can fuck up Bondage Tom Selleck.
That'd be
Because
great.
he's a perfect toy. He is a perfect toy.
I like both modes a lot.
So.
I like that Pretender. I don't think it's my favorite Pretender, but I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun.
He's really, really fun. And he's ridiculous. And isn't he the only human Decepticon?
As far as I can remember, yeah. For some reason, every other one is a monster apart from Bondage Tom Selleck, which I guess is a suggestion that Tom Selleck's a monster, which is
who's also
ballsy.
the only human Pretender who's just a dude in armor.
Yeah.
Everyone
really buff
else,
dude.
Yeah, everyone else is like wearing spacesuits or something like that.
Yeah, he doesn't have armor covering most of him either. It's just like shoulder, one arm, like a bandolier going across his boob.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's like, okay.
Stranglehold is cool. He's a little rhino man.
I like, yeah. He's got a good color scheme of just like bright orange and then like a kind of deep green.
Can someone do a Stranglehold and do a Pretender shell and not fuck it up like Fans Project did with the Dino Pretenders?
Oh, it's really sad because those Dino Pretenders were pretty fun. They were just so expensive.
Yep. So that's the next third party we're demanding, Stranglehold, and I'll also take a weird hybrid, but only if he has the mustache. If you get rid of the mustache, the toy is garbage, and you have failed.
How would you do his hybrid?
Just have the Tom Selleck head on the robot body.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Bomburst,
though.
Bomburst, I like him. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's really good. I like the fact they've incorporated his stupid pickaxe thing. The bat head looks a bit weird to me. It's got a bit of a pig nose, but, bats, what can you do? I think it's mainly the side profile, where he's kind of looking at his gun that's an axe. The side profile looks a bit on the strange side. But overall, I think, like you say, it's a very good incorporation of both the Monster Pretender shell mode and the vehicle mode. And the vehicle mode was always crap because it's a Pretender, but I think they've done a decent job recreating it, and it looks a lot more solid. So yeah, I'm fairly happy with it. I hope they keep doing Pretenders like this. At least these guys transform compared to the Power of the Primes one where they were just shells, so it was kind of half-assed version. This is better in my eyes. More. Please.
Yes. No, I would like more of this kind of shit and less of other kind of shit, basically. Yeah. So, Andy, one more for this.
Yes.
And I think it's the last news story overall, which is, oh boy. So we've got a tape, a little human tape man with an interesting face, and
it's Rumble.
It's Rumble. He comes with the pile drivers. He doesn't have a lot of articulation in the arms, but they have named it Decepticon Rumble Blue.
To silence the naysayers.
Yeah. He's still purple, though.
Oh, I mean, he's got, like, blue, like, thighs and shoulders.
You know what the main color isn't though? It ain't blue.
No. But isn't, like, Frenzy, like, primarily black?
Yes. That's my other thing. That's why I call him Frumble. I will accept this only if they release a Rumble Red.
They could do a Rumble Red because there was that animation error where they were both colored as Frenzy, right? So they could do it.
They could, but I'm just like, I'm just imagining. Sorry, my phone's buzzing in the corner. I'm trying to turn it off. But I'm just imagining, like, okay, so we're going to get 4 releases of this mold. No repaints. Well, 2 repaints, obviously. But so we're going to get Rumble Blue, Rumble Red. The only difference will be the change in packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Rumble Red is a legacy figure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we do the exact same with Frenzy Blue and Frenzy Red, except
right?
Frenzy Blue is still Studio Series.
Oh my god.
So there's no way of getting Rumble and Frenzy in the same boxes. It's always, you can get a blue one and you can get a red one, but you've always got 2 Rumbles and you've always got 2 Frenzies. same line.
A bit of a monster, I would say.
I am.
Yeah.
But then I want Frenzy to be released on Amazon, and I want the mainline release to be Enemy.
Ooh. All right.
Because I like Enemy more. You know what Enemy is? Red.
All of it. Most of it.
And then I was gonna say Rosanna, but Rosanna is no, Flipsides. The Flipsides.
Which one's that one?
Flipside's the one. She's the one like, oh, I'm an Autobot, or am I? No, I'm not. I'm like a weird mind wiped spy that doesn't know she's a spy.
Oh, okay.
She's the Rumble Frenzy mode, if I remember right. Because Rosanna's the Eject Rewind.
No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh no, am I wrong?
No,
I am wrong.
What?
Oh no, they're all like Rumble Frenzy never got a sexy lady mode.
Did not? Not ever.
No, not ever.
Huh? I thought it did. Weird.
Seems immoral to me. Let me check. I'm going to double check, but look, Rosanna and Flipsides are both based off of Rewind.
Ah, well, there you go. That's fun.
Okay, toys for Generation 1 Rumble Frenzy Rumble. Let's go for the original. I still want the dinosaur tapes, and I've never been able to get them.
Yeah, because they're like £5,000 or something. They're stupid expensive.
Well, they got released in that. They all got released in those packs that came with Rumble and Frenzy.
Oh yeah, that was really annoying.
And they disappeared after like a week.
Yeah, I wonder why.
So, you know what? Enemy's the only repaint they've ever officially had.
Wow.
That's so weird.
It is strange.
And he's red. He's got a little bit of blue, but he's red.
I think the figures are okay. Yeah, it's not made of translucent plastic, so it's already way better than the the guys that come with Blaster.
Yeah. I think I like the thing that I like is the pile driver mode. I think that looks better. I think the posability for the figure and everything else is set about having that mode look good.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the face.
He's got really actually tiny face, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to see if is that like, let me zoom in. Okay, his mouth is slightly open and it's just going like he's gurning, but if you don't see it right, it kind of looks like there's a weird cleft through his face.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. So I'm just zooming. Yeah. I think he looks fun. I don't think he looks exciting, but I do think he looks fun.
It's another Rumble, and there is that Legacy Soundwave, and I think he's meant to be compatible going into that Soundwave as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So that's good.
Can I also say, if you buy this, I do... Oh, Hobby Frontline just got something I really, really fucking want, and they just sold something I really, really fucking want, but they got something I really, really fucking want. I'm going to show you
what
a
they
picture.
got.
Number 57. Have you heard of them?
No.
They do a variety of things. They did a robot maid set, and I was kind of interested in getting it. But what they did do is this. There's this, and there's a shark. I'd rather have the shark, but I like this. This is nice.
Oh, yeah, I know that Griff wants to get these as well, or has these. I can't remember which it is.
He's got the shark. I know he's got the shark, but they did a robot maid as well. And they sold her.
Yeah, the frogs are neat.
But I wanted the shark, but I'd take the frog. Apparently, it's very, very good. I'm going to keep an eye on that. I might try putting in an order for that. I'm getting paid on Friday. We'll see if it's still there.
Show
but so any other thoughts on Rumble Frenzy? I would also say I'm going to buy one of these and put a sticker over it that says Frenzy, and then leave it on the store shelf.
Wow.
In fact, I'm not going to buy it. I'm just going to sneak in and put the sticker on.
Oh my god, Mikey.
And watch the nerds die as they're just like, is this a chase figure? What's going on? Is this a misprint?
The spastic situation all over again from all those years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine. I think it's going to be annoying for... I mean, people probably don't care, but it would annoy you and I on the expensive nature of the Studio Series for a small core class cassette. But hey, he was in the film briefly, so why not, right? Now, on the topic of prices, Mikey, I think you had a little side topic that you wanted to talk about, didn't you?
Yeah, because related to all this, Smiths has gone insane. We previously did a bit of a thing on... I'm also slightly distracted because Hobby Frontline got a restock of a bunch of premium Bandai shit, including a really cool Zaku from Seed, the only good Seed design.
That was a good design. I like that, yeah.
But it's like the purplish one with the white, and I really like that.
I don't like the purple one as much. I
it's either that or it's the pink one that's for the dance concert. Those are my two favorites.
I like that one because it's stupid.
It is, and it's got like the story from that show is so fucking bad. But so we as I tried to get undistracted, we talked about the prices going completely insane.
Yes.
And I should say, for Studio Series, they're still completely insane. Would you like to know? I don't think I mentioned this last time. If I did, sorry. Studio Series Voyager Thundercracker, €47.
No.
You lunatics. So there's that. But like, we said that, Tarantulas had gone up 29. Giaxus, which is one you and I both said we'd like to at least try, is now 39. The Legacy Generations Voyager Soundwave, which remember is just a re-release of the Siege one, with less paint, is 39. Yeah. But however,
I don't know what to say to these because I'm just like,
but like, this is all very bad sounding, yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so, the Wave 3... and that's not including the Velocitron stuff, which is all like inflated. But Wave 3 prices are now out.
Yay!
Wave 3 is now in between the Wave 1 and Wave 2 prices. So Wave 1 deluxes were... where is one here? I had one here a second ago. Skids. Where's Skids gone?
They're like 19.99 or something?
No, oh god, no. They were like 25. We'll say 25, right? Yeah, okay. They were 25. And
euros you mean? Okay.
Yeah. 25, and then they were like knockouts 29.
Sure.
Right? So, Crankcase is 26.
Mm-hmm.
Voyagers, Giaxus, is 39. Previous ones were 35 in the previous wave. Right? Starscream, 35. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why there's like an up and a down swing on these things. It doesn't really make too much sense, at least to my tiny brain, right? Am I insane?
I mean, I don't get it. There must be something going on.
Yeah, because why specifically this previous wave? Is it just like all the prices have been jacked up and now we're kind of resetting them all back to, let's say normal, to be kind. Let's say normalish prices. Why are we going back down to the normal prices that we kind of have become accustomed to? Or why don't set the prices of the current wave that's out to the price of the future wave that's coming out, in not too long a time?
It's very, very, very confusing.
I'm sure it makes sense on a business aspect, right? It's just from outside the system, being a consumer or a customer, it just seems utterly and totally bizarre, without reason. At least the prices are technically going down, I guess.
Yes, maybe it's like the petrol prices, because petrol prices here have gone down from $2.10 to $1.80.
All right, okay.
I don't know if they're going down in the UK, but now they're still like up from like $1.30 like 2 years ago. But it's a thing. So I just wanted to point that out. So if you are buying from Smiths, I still recommend buying on sale. Because you can't predict it. You cannot predict what the next wave is going to be. I would be very cautious about putting pre-orders in.
Yeah.
So, just a bit of a service there, guys.
Yeah, it's interesting at the very least. Well, if that's all of our news done, Mikey, what have you been up to this week? What have you done for fun, son?
What did I do? I got a box. I haven't done much with the box, but I got a box from Hobby Frontline, who may be providing me a frog in the coming weeks.
Oh.
I haven't actually started professional. I haven't learned the name of the guy behind that, but I really should, so I can nag him.
The guy behind the online store, or do you mean the frogs?
No, the store, because it's in Ireland, and I could just show up at his house and threaten him.
Oh my god!
So I got a box. I haven't really done much with it. I got 4 things in the box.
Mm.
So 2 of them, it is Rodimus and Bugbite from Flameful Toys.
Oh, okay, another 2 off the list then. That's good.
Yep, haven't started building them. Haven't touched them yet. Need to figure out if I need any paints or something before, because it's Flame Toys, and we do not sticker Flame Toys in this house.
Wow.
I also spent a part of the week planning out the color layout if I took a Flame Toys Beast Wars Megatron when it comes out and turned it into Fang.
Okay.
Because those stripes are going to kill me. She's got a very regular stripe pattern, but it is it's there. And obviously it's a bit harder to translate on when you imagine her splitting in half.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, but I got me and the Gundam thing is one of the things I want to try is every line at least once.
That's right, yeah, you want to try each of the size classes, don't you?
Yeah, so one day I will try Perfect Grade, just no time soon. But I got an SDEX figure. So I've done SD. I love SD, Andy.
You do? You really love them?
I do love SD. It's such a characterful line. I'm so looking forward to new Knight stuff. I've got the new villain. He's based off of the old Devil Gundam. Not the Devil Gundam. The evil wizard Gundam from the old Knight stuff.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture. I've got him on pre-order. But where is it? SD. There's before. So I love the old stuff, right? Now, what they've done since is introduce the SDEX line, which is the idea of SD Gundams that compose. So there's a few different lines of doing this. The most recent ones, of course, were based off of the SD Gundam TV show based off of Journey to the West.
Oh, okay.
Japan and everything is. But I never tried the SDEX line. It's got a Majin in there. It's got a Gaugagar.
Of course it does.
Of course. But I wanted to... Listen, I'm going to stick with the core stuff. And I got the SDEX New Gundam, which is the only New Gundam I have.
Have you not got the... You haven't got the RG one, have you? Because that's pretty good.
No, it's very expensive at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. I think... Wasn't this guy in Gundam Build Breaker?
Yeah, well, a version of him. The original is in Gundam Breaker, but now this is the updated for new show design.
Okay. I thought I recognized it, but obviously
I don't know if the new show has come out, but I know there is a new show. But I think he's really cool. I also think he'll be a nightmare for stickers. But
yeah, I'm looking at it, and it's geez, you're not gonna get half of this stuff colored.
Nah.
Oh my god!
But the new Gundam, it's it's a chibi posable new Gundam with a little frame inside. Became very popular for a while when the Re-Rise stuff came out.
Mm.
So I want to try this. Haven't tried it before, so it's in there. Haven't built it, but one thing I did build, and let me see if I can get the name for this. I've got the box here. This was a complete random purchase. It was only €15. The Meng model World War II's US medium tank M4A1 Sherman.
Mikey, you just said a load of words. What do those things mean?
It is a chibi Sherman tank.
Okay.
So these World War II's, it's a game, it's a mobile app game that's popular in China and Russia. And going by the instructions, they expected me to be Russian, because the instructions are only in Chinese and Russian. And yeah, they did a whole, the Meng toys and Meng models, they do normal serious stuff, but they also do a lot of chibi cute designs.
Alright.
And what they did was, they had a one of these guys, and you can, this is a little chibi tank. I haven't put on any decals or anything. There's a water slide. I'm going to send you the link. Water slide sheet from and stuff, and you can get little figures that you can put into the tank if you've got them. They do a whole,
I saw your video today on this.
Yes, the do vid.
Yeah, you disappointed me greatly.
Rubber tank tread, so it does roll. I haven't really, this was a very quick build. This is the quickest build I've ever done.
How many pieces was it?
3 runners. In terms of big pieces, maybe 10.
Okay, yeah, 3 runnings. I guess, yeah, you would move through that pretty quickly. Yeah,
the 3 small runners, very small runners. Like the box is huge for what it is.
Is it smaller than an SD kit? Would you say?
Yeah, in terms
wow.
an SD kit. An SD kit, I could take a whole afternoon. I could take 2 or 3 days on an SD.
Well, that includes painting, though, right?
Yeah. This I didn't paint.
Yeah. Well,
this I just threw together. But this has something like all the little sticky outy bits, like the little shovels on the side and little radar dishes and stuff like that.
Yes.
All of those are separate parts.
Ah, okay, all right.
So you have to, and they are very easily broken parts. Shall we say? So a couple of these things are missing bits and bobs, but it doesn't really hurt the aesthetic. The only bit of paint I put on was on the front on the lights. I put a bit of gold paint on the lights. So rotating tank turret, no real clever system to it, but the gun moves up and down. There's a little gun in front. It doesn't hold up; it just moves up. So you can probably hear me doing that. Mm-hmm. For what it is, it feels cheap because it is cheap, but it's a nice little kit, and I think if you're into your tanks and stuff like that, it'll be a really nice little purchase. I'd like to maybe buy I've been wanting to try doing a wash and something. So I maybe buy some wash and see if I can get that to highlight things. It has one major weakness, which is really bad nub placement. Especially on those small parts because they're really hard to sand down.
Okay.
And my sanding sticks are on their last legs anyway. But there's loads of rough parts with really obvious nub marks. But turns out so they do this with planes and boats and stuff like that. But they also do. I'll share you these, Andy. They also do these, which I'm sorry, I have to get at least one. I have to buy at least one of these. I think I'm morally obliged to buy at least one of these. So this is the Pinky
that's
series.
Great.
These are the Pinky series.
Why didn't you start with this?
Because they didn't have them in stock.
Oh, fuck them.
And I checked anywhere else locally and they didn't have them. So you see those little animals and things?
Yes.
They all come with it.
Nice.
So these are, for anyone who can't see, little tiny, these are the same little chibi designs but done up in lurid colors with little people accessories or a little polar bear or a little cat. And with adorable water slides. I think I'd like to get... if I hadn't got the Sherman, I think the Sherman would be the best one to get, the little pink Sherman. But I don't know, I really like these. They did one with Santa as well, and I just like the idea of Santa going I've had enough of your bullshit.
You'd finally have the bow down before the power of Santa.
Yeah, bow down before the power of Santa. But yeah, no, it's been for a fun little build, simple little build. I do recommend at least trying it, and it's very, very cheap. I was wrong. I said 15. It was 12.
My God.
So it does feel like it. Again, it does feel like it. And I think if you're someone into your vehicles and your tank kind of stuff, this will be a nice little novelty. So I would say it's worth having a look at. It's like I said, if you're going to do it though, try and get the good ones. I couldn't find them, so I had to give in. But if they come in again, I'm definitely getting at least one. Apart from that, I did watch some things. Revice is on its second to last episode.
Oh, okay. Do you think it's coming to a good end or a kind of a disappointing end?
An ending that makes sense that they are portraying in a little bit too much of a silly way. Which is weird because Revice has not been a silly show for a large part.
Right.
Which is basically they need to deal with the memory loss that they kind of ignored for a lot of the show. My opinions on the show is largely finalized. I won't go into them fully until afterwards. But the whole, basically I feel like they had 48 episodes and then they needed to get to 50 because it's the 50th anniversary. So the Juga stuff from the last couple of weeks was thrown in there to add on an extra 2 episodes. I really do feel like that. But yeah, it was all right. It wasn't amazing. We got to see the stream again, which is a really cool design, which I was really happy about. And I like the idea and I like what it's building to. It's just I do feel this show made a mistake midway that it spent a lot of time trying to recover from and is still suffering from.
The push the money kind of stuff.
Yeah,
push the toys.
Absolutely. And also, there's still one spot left on all all the stamps they have at the end of the show, so there must be one more stamp.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be an extra final form or anything like that. But I do think I think I know what it's going to do narratively. But anyway, this had a lot of focus on Vice, which I thought was nice.
Okay.
And also Hiromi got some good stuff. I've really finalized something, which is this show has a really good cast with one notable exception, which is Ikki. Ikki is the weakest actor in the main cast.
I think I remember you saying this ages ago, and it's
it
sad
really
that he's never got better. Unlike Exade, whose actor got much better as the show went on.
Yeah, while attending university at the same time, because he don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But he got really good. I'm not seeing the same change in Ikki, which is a shame. He's not terrible. It's just he's outclassed by everyone around him, and he's given so much more focus than everyone around him.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's fine if like your side characters aren't as good as your main guy, but if your main guy is the weakest person on the show, that's just concerning. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so watch Futo PI, which was very good, very
episode
funny
3?
episode. Episode 4.
Oh, haven't seen 4.
New arc. We got our first hint for Fang, Joker, and Extreme as well.
Oh, I bet you were happy.
Yeah, because it was actually like one of those shots that like someone's going to print that out, and that is a poster. Because it's like all the base forms and then Fang, Joker, and Extreme in shadow behind them.
Right.
And like I said, I know that in the manga, the Fang forms are a big deal because they add in Trigger and Metal. I don't know how. But yeah, this one was mostly set around the new character Tokime. The new case obviously is to do with an idol girl. Who's also a computer programmer. But the conflict here is Tokime and Philip are not getting along. But like it's just so comfortable. The show is so comfortable. Like I don't know what it's like watching this when you've never seen Double, but it really is so like, oh wow, it's so easy. Like it's so easy to get back into it while it's still taking advantage of some anime things they can do, like visuals and stuff like that. And seriously, for a studio that's relatively new, these guys must include a lot of like guys who have been in the business for a very long time.
You'd think so, because I watched 3 and very, very good. My biggest gripe with the show is their intro music. I hate. And I don't
hate. I don't like.
Okay, maybe hate is too strong. That's fair. I don't like it. I don't really like the visuals for the intros, and I think they have better music, and they use better music with the redone version of WBX. Why not just use that for your intro music? It's a good theme tune. You used it for a hype moment, which is when you use your main theme. Why do we have this weird, random, not as good theme for the intro music?
Yeah, I love that the hype moment started with Luna Joker of all forms.
I know, right? Really? Luna Joker? I think they can... It's because they can actually use Luna Joker and it's not using CGI budget.
Yeah.
And looking bad.
I've always loved Luna Joker's, like the yellow and the black.
It visually looks nice, yeah, but we both know that the CG, obviously, for Double was rough, and that big wobbly arm probably caused a lot of issues, and they went, don't worry about it.
We don't need to be tracking that shit. But, so yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the show a lot. Hinting at new villain as well. So, yeah, so apart from that, a few other small things, but yeah, Primal, episode 6, we're back on Spear and Fang. Hopefully we'll stay there. We are straight back into the plot with the Vikings.
Yeah.
And also, okay, so it's Primal, so I'm going to have a few small spoilers because it's hard to talk to without. Fang had a baby, or 3.
Well, the eggs have been laid.
Yep. Spear is very happy about it.
Yeah.
He's very happy about it. I don't think he's ever been this happy in his life, kind of happy.
Well, I don't think he's been this happy since his family were killed. He was probably this happy when his children were born.
Well, we saw one of his children being born. He didn't look this happy.
True. Maybe it's the idea that because he's lost them, he now cares more for like the birth of like kids. And
children
are
born just like, these are my kids now.
Yes. Yeah,
what? These are mine. But these are my children. These are my children. Mira gets a lot of... Like, I like that Mira got some good stuff in this as well. Where she really feels like she's part of it. And she got some action stuff as well. And got to... she ain't the powerhouse, but she's got some moves.
No, she knows how to use a bow, which is good. Spear
and she
probably doesn't know how to use one.
Kick you in the face. the Viking got a bit more development. We get our first hint at the big scorpion bad guy, which is a big fire demon, it seems.
Yeah. Is it meant to be Surtur, or is it just like a random demon?
I don't know. I
wondered.
I think it could be Vidar. They say Vidar a lot. Vidar was Thor's brother. He killed Fenrir. Oh. He was the god of vengeance.
Oh, I hadn't heard of Vidar. Oh, well, if he's the god of vengeance, okay.
I'm wondering if the horn guy is Vidar.
That would make sense. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good show. It's a really good show. It's a really
good show. It's not a good show. It's a really good show.
The only thing I'll say here is that the animation is a step down from episode 4. I don't count 5 because I think 5 was probably made separately in the production run. Sure. But step down from episode 4, which is totally understandable because I cannot imagine how much episode 4 cost.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm
fine with the animation. I didn't mind it.
And yeah, no, it was good. It was just like there was some like again fuck off phone. But there was just like there was a scene where he was running at Chieftain and he was like his arms out to his side. It was just like he was giving him a hug.
Okay.
Something I really liked was like there was actual like I like that Fang is just something they haven't accounted for in the Viking society.
Why? How would you?
Because like they've got all this armor and shit, and there's this great moment where the son is like he's facing off against Fang and Mira, and Mira's badass in the scenes as well. But like he's got this like I'm going to kick your ass scene, and when we cut back to him, she's kicking the shit out of him. I laughed my ass. It wasn't intentionally funny kind of scene, but I'm just like, oh, you sir have bitten off more than you can chew. So I like that the way of dealing with her was get her out of the fight by riding big birds.
Yes, yeah. I thought that was a good, smart idea. You know, use giant monsters against giant monster. It works.
But yeah, there was a lot of stuff to do with a very visual moment where we get to see Fang's cloaca, which is what reptiles and birds have instead of a separate vagina and butthole. They have one pathway, and it all comes out there. So we get to see her very graphically lay eggs, and oh boy howdy did the internet have mixed feelings.
Why?
Because some people were grossed out.
It's just a dinosaur. Well, it's a cartoon dinosaur laying an egg.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I've never seen anyone do that kind of detail before.
I'll be honest, I didn't really care that much. I could have seen it. I could have not seen it. I was just like, yeah, okay.
The thing for me was that whole scene of her like circling the nest is probably the best animated in the episode, which also means like this is the one we really care about this week, guys. Which makes sense. It's a big scene.
Yeah. It's important.
It's a huge
for the characters, not just us.
Yeah, those babies are dead.
Yeah.
Either that or everyone else is going to die and they're going to live. But people got so mad. And then, of course, like the other angle came out where some people were very, very happy. Very, 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 very.
Like too happy?
Very happy, Andy.
Oh, no, too happy. Oh.
Very happy.
See, I don't know why you'd be upset about this, especially with all the blood and the gore. It's just like a dinosaur pooping out some eggs. No, that's crossing the line. That's too much. So, all right, if you say so. Also, I guess like I shouldn't be surprised that there were people who were too happy about a dinosaur poo hole. I guess.
Yeah, but boy, well, let me put it this way: the amount of humanized Fang sex art that has shown up in the Primal tag on Twitter has skyrocketed.
No, well, that's good.
But like, what's weird is that they make her very human, except they give her like the same head. The head hasn't changed at all, which is weird because like I've seen furry art, I've seen scaly art. I'm not a child. I've seen many things on the internet, and most people kind of scale it to look more. You don't just put a wolf head on. You like cartoonize the wolf head to look a bit more human.
No, the most attractive part of Fang, Mikey, is the giant face full of teeth that could eat you. That's the attractive part, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone has the thing,
Oh, dear.
Chuck Tingle, you've got some of his books.
Hey,
is it Chuck Tingle?
You're asking the wrong... I don't remember.
I bought those specially for you, Mikey.
I know you did, Andy, and I really appreciate it.
I know you do, Mikey. I'm sad that they're not prominent in like a display where all of your family can read at any time.
But yeah. So anyway, if you're very happy to see the cloaca, or as some people were calling it, the Fangussi.
Oh
Fang.
no! Why internet?
I blame Shea Lily for that one, but because she's just
because
had
of
a
the
lot
chussy.
to do. Yes, I blame her for many things.
Fair
But
enough.
she had a rough week by the looks of it.
Well, she got canned off Twitch for no particular reason. For some,
yeah, I found it
'cause
interesting
that's Twitch.
Yeah. Am I being called? Oh no, they're asking. No, they're shouting at each other. Okay, so but yeah, Primal. Good show.
Primal.
Last thing I'll mention is that I went to see Dragon Ball Super Superhero
Oh shit! In the cinema.
in the cinema. No
when
one else
you
was
said
there.
when you said you saw it, I assumed you meant like illicit means.
No, I just wanted to get out of the house. There was nothing really on the cinema I wanted to see, but I said like I'll see Dragon Ball. It was a very empty cinema, just me and 4 other guys.
Is this the one with the Red Ribbon Army again?
Yeah, and it's the 3D CG one.
Yeah.
So I will say genuinely, a lot better than I was expecting.
Ooh.
I disagree with Team 4-Star about it's the best Dragon Ball movie, but I was
think
surprised.
it's like one of those things where because they're big fans of Dragon Ball, that kind of.
I think they're big fans of Gohan.
Oh, and it's a Gohan film, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it's a Vegeta film?
No, Vegeta does have a moment at the end of it. Vegeta has what possibly the most significant for him after credits scene you could have. Which you don't care if I spoil it.
No, I don't care, no.
Vegeta beats Goku.
Oh my god, really?
Without using forms, but they've beat, like, the thing is, Vegeta and Goku are barely in the film. So we see the start of the fight, which is fairly well done, and then we see the aftermath where they just have the last blow, and the 2 of them exhausted, and Vegeta's like, gently punches him on the chest, and Goku goes down and says, I lost, and Vegeta's just like, yes! And Broly is standing there crying because of how noble and manly the fight was.
Wow.
While Beerus is hitting on Broly's girlfriend.
Oh, the green chick, right?
Yeah, she was trying to rob him, and then Beerus just decides she's cute.
Okay.
But yeah, Vegeta beats Goku in a fair and square fight, where they're both at the same power level. They're both holding back at this stage, but they still,
it's a win. Vegeta got a win. Take
off
it.
Fucking screen.
Take it. Take the
Off
win.
Screen. Yeah, no, as I was walking out, I heard someone say like, Vegeta won a fight. It's the best film I've seen.
All
like
right.
That, so I've got to have it. But
yeah,
it's a Piccolo film.
Oh, really?
It is about Piccolo, the disappointed dad.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Because Gohan sucks.
Well, yeah, he was the
father.
chosen one.
He is for academia what Goku is for fighting when it comes to parenting. Because like basically Piccolo has a house as well, which is weird.
Yeah, I saw you and your hatred of Piccolo's house.
I know, it's weird. It's full of plushies and it's got a little cat phone.
Mikey looking out of his house saying, "We don't want your kind round here, Namekian."
Green bitch.
Actually, what's this house look like? Does this house look like the Namekian homes?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
But it's like
Weird.
he's got a little throne in the middle of it, like Demon King Piccolo. But he's got little plushies because apparently every time he does a favor for Pan, they give Videl and Gohan give him plushies.
Oh, that's nice.
For no apparent reason. He doesn't want them.
You sing King Piccolo throne, but is it not like a Gura? Is that his name?
No, I'd say it's more King Piccolo.
Oh, okay.
But and like he has a mobile phone now, which is a little cat. It's in a little cat phone case, and he hates it, and he's always holding it weird. But like the film starts like with a quite nicely animated 2D sequence. Then it goes through the Red Ribbon Army, introducing the new bad guys. And then it's like Piccolo finds out about the Red Ribbon Army, who are building new robots,
of
new
course.
androids.
Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah. And he's introduced training Pan to fight, which means Pan is spending most of her free time with him. And she can't fly yet, but he's Piccolo, which means he's stern but fair.
Sure.
Stern but fair.
Yes.
And then she has to go to preschool. Makes sense. And then Videl rings and says, Gohan's too busy identifying insects to pick up his daughter. Would you mind picking her up from preschool? And Piccolo flies to Gohan's house and starts giving him a lot of lip about you've gotten really weak. Also, are you telling me you're too busy doing your work to pick up your child from school? And Gohan's response is, well, you'll do it.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Gohan
my God, he's
become
turning
his father.
into Goku.
Yeah.
No.
And then Piccolo finds out, and he ends up fighting the superhero guys, and then he finds out that there's an evil plan, and he infiltrates in the skies, and then he sees it as an opportunity to get Gohan fighting, so he convinces Pan to help him trick her father into getting into the fight.
You know, from the trailers, this is not what I pegged the movie to be.
No,
at all.
The first 2/3 are very lighthearted. They're like lighthearted fun. Like Pan beats up a Red Ribbon guy, and then Piccolo, who's disguised as a Red Ribbon guy, pretends he kidnapped her. But like, and then
it legit doesn't sound terrible. It sounds kind of fluff, but it sounds like it's more entertaining. Fluff. Like I would probably enjoy it way more than say the Dragon Ball Super stuff, which I just didn't like.
Yeah, no, I think it's got more of the Dragon Ball spirit to it.
Yeah, not Z, but Dragon Ball. You mean?
Yeah, specifically. Okay. And then basically it becomes about getting Gohan to fight the super androids, the superhero androids, because including like, okay, we need to get your dad mad. Stand in my hand for me, yeah, and now start crying. Okay, cool, and she's totally in for it. Pan is super into this, and then it just cut to like. From Gohan's perspective, a Red Ribbon guy is strangling his daughter. Because, of course, a Red Ribbon guy could. And it's just, she's standing on Piccolo's hand in an outfit. And like, and it's like him regaining his ultimate forms and everything. And then, unfortunately, the last third of it, for me, is pretty weak.
Why is that?
They fall into... Something this movie does quite a lot is try to explain dumb shit from the series.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it.
Most of it isn't terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, like, Android 21 is referenced.
Which one's that one?
The lady android from Fighters.
The Majin Buu lady.
Yeah. We also get an explanation of why Goten and Trunks didn't grow.
Okay.
Like, because they're in this as like teens. They look like teens, and it's just like, hang on, I haven't seen you guys in like a week and a half. And then Gohan leans in. Oh, Saiyans grow weird.
Oh, fuck off.
Fuck off. It's just like, yeah, no, it's just like Saiyans just sprout up.
Bullshit.
Because that didn't happen to Gohan at all, but...
No. Oh, he's half human, Mikey.
So are they.
Shh. No, then... Shh.
And like the final fight has some really fun moments. Like the superhero guys are fun in it. Fat Gotenks is in it, and he's good. He's fun. They do some fun stuff with him. Piccolo has moments that work, some moments that don't. And Gohan, I think, is the biggest weakness of this whole film. Because the last third becomes very referential to the Cell saga. Because, big spoiler, the last bad guy is a new Cell. Who specifically is a kaiju-sized red version of Cell's second form. With no personality. He just screams. The first 2/3 do some is very, very, very well directed. Like the animation is really good CG anime kind of stuff. Some frame issues here and there, but overall it works. But like it's coming after the Broly movie. It does not fucking compare. It's not even on the same race. But there's some really cool stuff, like words start popping up behind the androids as they're fighting because they're like, Kaplam, like Batman and stuff. And then Piccolo's like, why are there words behind you? And we find out it's because like he projects a hologram as he's fighting that say the words. Because he's a dork. But anyway, like there's lots of really creative stuff in the direction.
Mm-hmm.
Really creative stuff. Like really, really pleased with it. That goes out the window once they start having the big final fight, because there's a normal-ish fight with the androids who go through a heel face turn.
Of course.
One dies in a fairly good scene, but then they switch to Cell Max, who is a big red second form Cell with no personality, who screams, who gets beaten by a scene referencing the Super Saiyan 2 transformation for Gohan.
Is that good? Can you say that's good?
No, I would say that's incredibly lazy and is falling into the same trap they fell into with Resurrection F with Frieza.
Fun. Okay.
There's 2 new transformations. Well, 3 technically. Piccolo's got 2. And Gohan has 1.
Oh, is this why I see weird coloured versions of Piccolo growing up here?
Yeah, so there's a paler one. He basically uses Dragon Balls to do what Guru does. Like, it's literally, I want you to do to me what Guru would have done if he was alive. And in doing so, Piccolo gets a streamlined form. And then he gets a big orange form, which is he literally calls it Orange Piccolo because he doesn't care about the name. He doesn't care. He says so himself. It is basically Super Saiyan Blue Lazy, which is we just wanted a new form. Here it is.
It sounds it. I mean, just recoloring a character is
and then Gohan Beast, which is silver-haired Super Saiyan 2 Kid Gohan, basically. Same hair as he had when he was a kid with red eyes.
So not Ultra Instinct.
No, this is no, Andy, that's silly.
Okay.
Shh, be quiet. And he gains that by going through, but basically he thinks Piccolo's dead and gets angry.
Oh my god, what a dramatic, strange turn for a new form to appear.
It was really lazy fucking writing, and Gohan in general is really bad in this, in my opinion. Like, I don't really like Gohan anyway. I think people overblow his character development. I don't think he's ever had the character development people give him. I think things happened to Gohan.
I think he was fine, you know?
He was okay. He wasn't anything special.
No.
Like, I'll be honest, at the time, I think Goku was a better character.
Oh, come on now.
Let me put it this way. He was in the same show as Piccolo and Vegeta. There we go.
No one likes them, though, Mikey. Well, at least the writers don't.
No, they clearly do, because they keep making everything about him.
Well, someone around the company doesn't like them.
Yeah, Akira Toriyama doesn't.
That's the guy.
But Piccolo is really good in this as a character. I thought it's so nice to give him focus.
Sure.
It's just like, I thought it was so lazy how they gave him the form. There was so many things you could have done. Yeah. And the last fight is just like a bunch of small people chasing a big kaiju monster, and that's less interesting than a really well coordinated fight scene. And I also thought it was weird that 17 and 18 don't have a big role in this. 18 shows up at the end. 17's barely mentioned. And it's really weird to me. And Goku and Vegeta are just in it for like one scene in the main movie, which is them training with Beerus and Broly. Which is fine.
Because you can't like give 17 and 18 new forms because they're androids?
No, but they said they basically just like Super just wings it away and is like, yeah, no, he's got infinite energy. He's super, super, super powerful now. Like, you could do that. They can get stronger. They just can't transform, but it was just like,
if they can't transform, they can't have new toys or easy toys made of them.
That's true. But narratively, it would have made so much more sense.
Sure.
So unfortunately, I was heading for it being a very, very solid 8 out of 10. Which would put it in a good spot, I think.
Okay.
I really like Piccolo in this. I really like the fact it's about Piccolo. I really don't like the fact that when Gohan shows up for the Piccolo side of the story, it's basically to be mocked by Piccolo and then manipulated by Piccolo. Pan is really good in this. I like that Gotenks is used the way he's used. I like the villains overall. They're nothing special, but they're enjoyable, one-dimensional characters. But I don't like that light fight scene. Gohan's character in general is pretty bad, I think. It dropped it down to a 7 for me, unfortunately.
Well, it's still good,
still
at least.
Good.
So
still worth. I think it's still worth your time. If I was put it, basically, we won't bother about worrying about the original Dragon Ball Run movie, but the post Z movie. So I'd say it's above Resurrection F.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say Resurrection F is a 5 that becomes a 4. It's probably on par or a little below Battle of the Gods.
Okay.
But it is significantly below Broly.
Okay. All
Broly
right.
as a movie is fantastic looking. It does a really interesting thing by not making it about Goku and Vegeta, it's about Broly. And has a phenomenal final fight scene. Nothing in this film compares to the action you got in the Broly movie. Broly's a 9. On a very good day, for me, it's a 10. But this is a really solid 7, and I'm really fucking surprised. Really surprised. Anyway, Andy, what about you? What you get up
to? What have I been diddly doing? Well, like I say, I watched Primal, which we've talked about. I watched I've been catching up with a few other animus this week. What were the animus I've been watching? I watched a show called... Is this the one? I can't remember what this one is. Hang on, let me check to see if it's the one I'm thinking it is. No, that's not the one I'm thinking. That was something else. Have you heard of Isekai Oji-san, Mikey?
Heard of, not seen.
I have been watching Isekai Oji-san. So, It is a show set in the real world where a man wakes up in a hospital after 17 years of being in a coma. Apparently, he was trapped in another world, having big, fancy, magical adventures. He wakes up to the real world and the horrors that Sega are no longer producing consoles anymore. He's very devastated by this because, of course, he was otaku. He was really looking forward to playing the new era of Sega games.
Mega Drive was a good time.
It was. He was Sega Dream. I don't think he played Sega Dreamcast. Either way, he wakes up. He's still able to use his powers. His nephew, he decides to live with, and they start up a YouTube career in 2018. So there's actually an episode where they talk about the first ad apocalypse, which I thought was quite fun. They use sound effects from games in the first episode. There's the death sound effect from Golden Axe. And there's also more music from there. It's a comedy show. You can tell it's a comedy show that's based off like small comic strips. As like half the show, you go, oh, this is one little comic strip, and then the next half is its own thing. He's socially inept, so when he was in the other world, he had a tsundere going around with him, but obviously at the time, he had not seen Evangelion, so he had no idea what a tsundere was, so he just thought she was a horrible bitch.
Please tell me that's what they actually say.
It's similar. Later on, it does say something like, "Oh, he did actually watch Evangelion," but I think I can't remember offhand. I think he said Asuka liked who was the gay character who liked Shinji? What was his name?
Oh, the Angel.
The Angel. Yeah.
I don't care.
I think him. I think he was like, "Oh, Asuka liked that character," and the nephew and the friend of the nephew, just like, oh my god, he just didn't get it. There's a shooting character who he was meant to go and bring a flower to so she could break out of her shell and like break her cold heart, and he's like, nah, just beat the dragon anyway. And she's like, but that means I can't be a shut-in anymore. And he's like, no, you be who you want to be, even if it's a shut-in. It's like, oh, okay.
Do you want to stay indoors all the time? You do it.
Yeah, he's like, no, that's fine. You be yourself. You do what you got to do. So it's a really inspiring message.
I was going to say that.
Not really.
It's like, I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, but, you know, it's like either that or like go out and explore the world and better yourself. He's like, no, you be yourself. So it's like, okay.
But the question, are you happy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how to live your life.
It's stuff like that. Everybody apparently in the fantasy world is beautiful. So they all call him Orcface because they all think he's a half orc breed. And everybody wanted to fight him there. So it's quite a fun show. He has the ability to use magic and put up a little holographic screen so everybody can like watch his memories of the past and be, oh god, what happened? Why did you do everything wrong, Uncle? Why did you do everything wrong? So is it the best show ever? No. Is it fun? Yes. It makes me smile because there are references to video games I remember from back in the past. They call him OG-san. He's 35, and they're like, "Oh, you're an old man." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm turning to dust while watching this show." Ah!
In other words, this is very referential.
It is referential. I feel for this man.
This was made by someone who found it very funny to be dealing with nerds from the last 20 years.
You might be right. I'd say give it a watch. It's got like 5 or 6 episodes. It's not like gonna blow your socks off. It's like, it made me smile quite a few times, and I'm like, oh, that's good enough. Watch Fudo Tentai episode 3. That was fun. I enjoyed that. We've talked about that already. Watched episode 7 of Made in Abyss, Golden City, I think it's called. That continues to be a really fascinating show. I really love the world building. What they're setting up, especially at the end of this episode, is like, oh no, what? Because everybody in the village gets some sort of disease from the water that we're drinking, and there's an implication that they may have eaten something to help them get better, but it may make one of the characters very sad. I don't want to explain more than that because I could be wrong. But Made in Abyss, if you cannot handle dark things, do not come near this show because you are going to be very sad.
Are you saying it's not a happy fun time?
It is. Well, it's a fun time. Well, it's a fun time for me. It's not happy. I still, because you remember how season 1 was pretty dark, Mikey, but you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The movie is significantly darker.
I have heard that.
I am sad that you've still not watched it because I want to hear you. The only bad thing about the movie is there is kind of the explanation to the bad guy in that film is quite hard to grasp. It felt like there was a lot of information given, and it was a bit like a what are you talking about kind of deal. Apart from that, great movie. You need to watch it. Watch it for next week. And season 2 continues down a really interesting road. I really like Made in Abyss. I think it's a great show, but it is not for the faint of heart. Also, I've watched how many episodes? I watched a little show that no one told. 7 episodes of a small little show called Spy X Family. Why didn't you tell me about the show earlier, Mikey? You should have told me to watch this earlier.
I thought I was going to, but I thought, nah, Andy can think for himself.
It's a real shame because this is really good, and you've never talked about it once. I really like the show. This is a great show. I was like last night, I'll watch 2 episodes and then go to bed, and then went, but I could watch 3 episodes and then go to bed. So I watched 3 episodes. Taskate. Oh, that was a good episode. Lord man, Taskate. Scruffy man, that. Scruffy. I am Lord. What was it, Lord Scruffy?
Yeah.
Yes. I liked how all of the agents were just like, he's doing this for his daughter by the end. He's such a great agent. How much did this cost? Oh my god!
The thing is, that fight scene is really well done.
It's really good. Like, the animation is fucking good.
Have we talked about the studio before? I think we have.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can tell they're top tier. I really like Anya, who's just the meme lord. Everything Anya does in the show is just meme. It is the meme.
I love when she decks that kid.
Oh, that's great. And she's like, why did you do this? Because he stepped on my friend's foot and I felt obliged to defend her. I really like the teacher, the elegance teacher.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's great. It's like, I'll get you next time, Lloyd.
I like how the Forgers are basically his worst enemy. But
yes,
also
because they're so elegant. He's got to prove that they're not that elegant.
And he was wrong.
The fact that he goes like, they're not elegant, they're dangerous people after they changed into their 3rd outfit because they got messy twice. What a good show. What a good, funny show with a lot of heart to it as well.
Yep, Lloyd nearly decks a teacher.
Yes, because he insulted a family that isn't really his family.
Yeah, and made a small girl cry.
Yeah, it's shocking, like, how good and emotional the show can be. Like, it's not just fun. It doesn't just have good action. It's also got really nice moments like Lloyd being like, Annie, we need to get you to be the top tier brains of the school so you can get close to this agent I need to get to. And she's freaking out because she's not that smart. And by the end of the episode, she decided that she was going to study on her own to the point where she fell asleep. And Lloyd goes, I wonder what it's like to have a real family. And I'm sitting in bed like 3:30 in the morning going, bro, you've already got one. It's too late.
This is it. Holding the TV like everyone else watching this. You are in fucking denial.
Yep, pretty much. What a good show.
Yeah, like all I'll say is like the last episode is clearly not meant to be a last episode because it's clearly like we split it a 2-core show in half.
Oh, you think it's 2 halves? Is Spy Family done like in the manga form?
No. But it's still
ongoing. Oh, sorry, I see what you're saying. It's a season 1. That's not really it's season part 1.
It's a part 1. It's a part 1.
It's oh fuck, what's it called?
ReZero.
ReZero, thank you. Yeah, it's ReZero.
Without the fact that happened to ReZero in a horrible way, and it was never meant to happen. But
Mikey, what if at like episode 12, there's just like the music right at the end of the series, as like Lloyd is murdered in front of Anya.
Oh my god.
Because Yor like kills him for no particular reason until we find out next season why, and Anya's got to stop it.
Your Titia kills him.
That's right. My apologies.
I love that scene. Just like, am I gonna get? Oh no, she's drunk. Oh no, she's drunk.
Yeah. Whoa, she can fight really well. Why can she fight really well? No, it's fine.
Fine, we won't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So she takes self-defense classes.
Yeah. That's all it is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm not shocked that I'm enjoying it because I knew who was doing it. I knew that you said it was really fun. So I'm just going through it and going like, yep, I've only got a few more episodes left, so that's really sad.
Yep, and I think it's another couple of months before the new ones start.
Oof.
Yeah, I think it's 2 months. I think it's 2 months, yeah.
Rough.
But I can't wait for it. I'm so looking forward to it.
I think generally most of the stuff that studio does is probably going to be pretty good.
I went through their catalog The worst thing for me, of the stuff I've seen, which is I've seen 80% of it. Some of it's just like comedies and stuff like that. There's one called not Rolling Girls, it's Rolling something, and I really want to see it because the action looks insane.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I'd have on the list of that's a bit of a dud is the first few seasons of Attack on Titan. Which
that's only because you don't like Attack on Titan, which a lot of people do. Yeah,
exactly. It's my thing about not liking the show.
Yeah.
But also, it's a fucking gorgeous show.
It's super pretty. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think they generally pick, at least at the moment, they are picking well-regarded shows, well-regarded manga, so we don't really need to worry too much about the manga, the writing, for the most part. Excuse me. And then after that, it's just like, well, are they going to do animation that's good? It's like, yeah, obviously. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, good point.
Let's actually look.
I'm good.
Okay, so Onipan is something they did, which I haven't seen, which is just a few shorts. Great Pretender I haven't seen, but I heard very, very good things about.
I heard good things about Great Pretender as well. It was one I was meaning to watch at some point.
Anime based on a girls thing I haven't seen. Vinland Saga, again, I heard very good things about.
I don't love it, but it's good. It's just I don't connect with it and love it that way. Okay, it's, so again, animation good, you know.
So I'll do it in order. So Attack on Titan.
Sure.
One I haven't seen, Hozuki's Cool-Headedness. I know the manga is popular, but it's very, very stylized.
Okay.
Rolling Girls, that one I want to see. Seraph of the End, based on a video game, I believe, or a manga. Kanbari of the Iron Fortress is original. I don't know if that's good. Oh,
that's actually the show is pretty as fuck. The movie is bad. Sorry, the actual writing for the thing is bad.
Okay. So, Ancient Magus Bride, I have seen the first season of that.
It was very pretty.
Very, very, very pretty. I thought the story was interesting, but didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it didn't hook me. I think it was too slice of lifey for me.
After the Rain, which looks like a rom-com.
Okay.
Don't know about that. Kadama no Ganjiro, I don't even have information about that. Vinland Saga, Great Pretender, I want to see. Vivi, we've both seen Vivi.
Oh, yeah. Pretty. I didn't love the writing.
I got into the writing a hell of a lot, but it hit a lot of my personal, my personal, likes. But holy shit, it's so beautiful.
It was, yeah. It was really nice.
Ranking of Kings.
No one liked that show, right?
They've done a bunch of movies, including something called Empire of Corpses. I haven't seen Ganbari. Pokemon the movie The Power of Us, I have actually seen clips of that, and the animation looks very, 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 very good.
But you haven't actually seen it?
No, because it's a Pokemon movie made in 2018.
Sorry, I don't know why. I thought you said Digimon. I completely
no. If they made a Digimon movie, I'd have seen it 5 times.
That's why I was like, you haven't seen it? It's a Digimon movie, Mike. What the fuck?
I have seen this. They did Pokemon Hisui and Snow. I have seen that, and that was very good. That was based on the Arceus game. Which has the idea that it's based in time when Pokemon hadn't been tamed, so they're like, people see them as monsters.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't know they did a movie on that.
They did. It's just a 10-minute shorts, but
right. It
was really good because it was based around a person making a first connection with a Pokemon, and it's a Pokemon with a really tragic past. Because it's Zora, and in Arceus, the Zora are ghosts of ones that were all murdered by humans when they were first showed up in that area.
Yay!
So remember, the lore for the games is a little bit darker.
Well, I mean, lore for Pokemon generally is darker than the cartoons because there's so many Pokemon that murder people.
Yeah.
Like the balloon that hangs people.
Yeah, a lot of OVAs and stuff like that. But God, they're pretty.
Oh yeah.
Such a good studio.
Yeah, I love them. The only other thing I did this week, really, that's worth note is I got the what's it called? The Trans Art. Mighty Commander, I think it is. It's basically a KO version of the Optimal Optimus. I think we talked about it ages ago, where it's got the interchangeable faces and it's got a light in its gun thing. It's got a lot of issues to it, I would say. I'd say I was disappointed. I've heard a lot of people say good things about Transarts. The people who said that, though, were people who hadn't got the Optimal Optimus. I made the assumption that, hey, if the rest of them are good, the Prime will be good as well. I was mistaken. It's not a terrible figure. But for those who are wondering, if you know the Optimal Optimus figure, you know he has a big turret where his main head sits, where his guns come out of his shoulders and nipples, whatever you want to call them, in his robot mode. I think on the original toy that pegs down. There are pegs and ports on this figure for that to happen, but they do not connect at all. So there's this very loosey-goosey feeling of that top part. So you have this upper torso neck part, which doesn't really sit well, and it just kind of floats around. It doesn't have a gun, like the original figure. It does come with these weird, white gloves, which I guess are there so you can handle the vacuum chrome without it flaking. It's not like it's flaking now. I guess they're just there. I don't know. There's these weird, creepy gloves. Maybe they're for murdering people. I don't know. They're just there for some reason. It does come with a stand, which it can peg into. He's got a little port on his groin that you can shove it into. I'm not sure how happy I would be to put it on the stand. I probably could, but he's quite a heavy figure. He's got die-cast feet, so that's quite nice. Overall, visually, he looks great. It's just when you touch him and you fiddle around with him, you go, oh, this has got elements to it which I don't like, or which I think could have been a lot better. And for a KO company, fine. The problem is the price on it. It is an expensive KO, and I was hoping for a lot more solid experience, which I didn't get. So I couldn't really recommend getting this guy. I think he's about £100, basically, with postage, so I mean, if anybody wants to buy it off me, I'll probably happily sell him to you. Let me know. Honestly, if you want to get it, I could probably sell it to you. I wouldn't mind too much. Like I say, I don't think it's a terrible figure. I just think it's got issues which I didn't know about, because I looked at some video reviews online to see if they mentioned these issues, and I didn't find anybody mentioning these issues till after I bought it. So I had to look. So the big kind of reviews I saw come up at the top of the searches didn't mention this issue, which I thought was, at least for me when I looked at them, very annoying, because I would have thought, to me, that's an important thing to mention, because that's build quality stability, and it wasn't there. But yeah, like I say, honestly, if you're interested in this figure, let me know. We could probably hammer out a price, or we could trade. If you've got some Beast Wars figures that you don't want, I'll trade you, because I am in the market for some Beast Wars stuff right now. I still have the Transmetal 1 Megatron on pre-order, and I'm hoping that's going to be a much more pleasant experience than this. I'm also on the lookout for the Cyber Beasts from Beast Wars 2, but those suckers are expensive, unfortunately, and it's a shame because they're all really cool. Mikey had to step away because, family and whatnot, so I'm going to finish up the show here. If there are questions, blame Mikey. Send Mikey hate mail, right? Why didn't he tell Andy to talk about the questions? Because Mikey has them all. I will say thank you to John Bob, who has subscribed to the Patreon. So thank you, John Bob. Thank you to Pink as well. Good old Pink, because I noticed you have subbed to the Patreon page as well. Thanks very much to, again, everybody who does support us on Patreon. If you want to know how to support us, it's patreon.com/Moonbase2. If you do $2 each month, you get the extended version of From the Files of Teletran 2, or you just get it early, depending on what kind of subject it is, because Mikey's just doing comic things at the moment rather than reviewing comics themselves. You get it early, so that's cool. And you also get the Moonbase Woo-Woo, where we talk about non-transformery things in more detail. For example, I'm going through the Stargate shows at the moment, or seasons, and that's what we're doing with that. So, with that being said, you can find me on Twitter and YouTube and Twitch. Anywhere else? I think that's it. As Decade Andy. Decade is in a rotten corpse of a human being, which I am. Not a decade. That's a different thing. That's a measurement of scale rather than a corpse lying on the floor asking to die, finally. You can also find me on the Moonbase 2 forums, on Twitter, on iTunes, on Libsyn, on Facebook, on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. The rest of the other ones were Moonbase 2. Probably you could put in podcasts and that'd be fine as well. And you can also head to the ccbunker.weebly.com if you want to go there, get the podcast and whatnot. Otherwise, thank you very much for coming on by, everybody. Hope you had a very good time. I'm sure Mikey did, as he's in the void screaming to be let out from hell, but he will not be allowed. Hopefully I can get him to watch Made in Abyss, the movie. I'm hoping that can happen, because I'd like to hear his thoughts on that, because if I want to hear his opinion on the very dark topics that are in there, or the very dark situations that happen in the movie, which I think are fascinating, really interesting. But until next time, everybody, thanks for coming on by, and we will see you next time for some more Moonbase 2 Transformers things or actions going on. So, catch you later, people. Bye-bye, everybody! I'm sure Mikey would say goodbye as well.
You are now leaving Moonbase